Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to review the agenda for Monday and Tuesday this week, and then talk about what is coming on later this week. So, what you're doing right now is hopefully watching this first. And so I'm going to go through what we should be doing over the next 2 days, okay? As we go through this, our objectives that we're trying to make sure that we do in this chapter, as we're at the review part of this, is being able to determine if something is a function, looking to make sure there are no repeats in the input, and that it passes the vertical line test. We are evaluating functions, and we're using that f of x, that function notation, and we are being able to determine and state the domain and range. So those are our 3 big ideas for this chapter. With that being said, I've gone through and looked at the most missed questions in Math Excel, and then also took into account the most asked questions in Zoom sessions. And what I have done is created a practice paper here. This is not part of your notebook because I've created it based on what I feel that you guys need at this point. So you might want to print out this 1-page practice paper, and then with your comfort level, it's up to you. You can either do the paper and then watch these 3 videos. These 3 videos are this paper, or work through the paper with the 3 videos. Now, once again, these were created by looking at Math Excel assignments and seeing what were the most missed problems, and also what questions people are asking in Zoom sessions. And so I thought I would address those. So that's our first thing that we want to do. Working towards the end of this week, Friday, when you will have your test. The next thing we want to talk about is what assignments do you have? And so some of these have already been assigned to you. Some of them are new today. But if you look at this in Math Excel, we have the following things that are due by midnight on Friday. Okay. And so we break them into 3 different categories. And these are, if we look at this right here, this is how they show up on PowerSchool. Okay. So if we look at our red here, these ones right here are homework. So you should have 3 homeworks in Math Excel. Remember that homeworks you can try multiple times, that you can ask for help, you can ask for similar questions. Those go in your average right there. Okay. The next thing that you have is you have some quizzes, and I would suggest that you do those after you do the homeworks. The quizzes you can still take more than 1 time to get the score that you want to, but they have less opportunity to ask for similar questions and ask for hints, obviously, because they're quizzes. And so these are the quizzes right here. They're listed in purple. I'm highlighting them in yellow, and they will go and become this grade here. And then the last thing is very important, so it's a standalone grade, is this Chapter 4 test review homework in Math Excel. And that is a standalone grade, and it goes right there. And it's important because that review is really your test. And so we make the review and the test at the same time. And so if you're practicing that review and you're asking questions about it, if you don't understand, and you're getting a good score on that, you should be set up very well for the test. Okay. Now, when can you get that help? Let's talk about that next. So knowing that our test is going to be on Friday, November 6th. Okay, you will have a new module that day because it will have the test in there. We are having multiple Zoom sessions. Remember that these Zoom sessions are optional. Now, if you are taking all the homeworks and the quizzes and the review in Math Excel, and you are getting the score that you are happy with getting on your test, and you have no questions, you're more than welcome to come to the Zoom session, say hello, and listen to what other people have to say, but it is option. If you have something more important to do for another class, go ahead and do that. If you are struggling, if you have questions, if you are getting scores on your quizzes and homeworks and reviews that you don't want to get on your test, then you need to come to a Zoom session. You need to be prepared when you come. You need to say, this is the question I have, and actually have the question written down or have it up on your screen. I may ask you to share your screen, especially if it's a graph that we need to look at the domain and range. You can either unmute yourself and ask the question, or you could type the question into chat, but it's very low stress. You ask the question, and then boom, I take over and answer from there. But these are the times that we are having them this week. I'm showing you all the times for all of the algebra sessions, even on days that we technically do not have class, knowing that some of you might not get to this work until later. So keep that in mind, that these are optional, and so that I'm giving you a lot of different options this week. So if we look here on Monday, that's today, we have a session at 10 and at noon. If we look here at Tuesday, we have a session at 10 and noon. And then on Wednesday, once again, 10 and noon. And then on Thursday, 10 and noon. Now these would be for all of my algebra classes. I know that we technically only have class on Monday and Tuesday this week, but I thought if as the week went on and you were reviewing and getting ready, if you had questions, you're more than welcome to jump on any of those Zoom sessions that are later in the week. Notice that there is no Zoom on Friday, and there's no Zoom on Friday because that is our test day. And so that's the day that you should be taking the test and looking back for that module. If you have any questions, please Canvas message me. I'm hoping to see some of you on the Zoom session at some point this week. Have a good day.